Welcome back to What's My Role. I'm Mythic Bean. This is the series where we're checking every spec in the game from character creation to Keystone Hero. This is part 4 of our Holy Paladin series. So we're starting off in an Operation Mechagon plus 10, and we are having a little bit of issues interrupting the bomb talks.
Let's kick it. I'll say kick it, and you'll just kick it with a tasty groove, okay? 1, 2, 3, kick it. Kick it, come on. God damn it. God, Kyle! Could you one time kick it? What the fuck?
So yeah, that didn't go so smoothly. And our druid Uncle Taco says easy peasy. And I thought that was funny. I was a little bit worried about how the rest of the dungeon might go, but it's actually a pretty good time. So we don't really have any other issues throughout the rest of the dungeon. I'm just going to show us killing off some of these bosses here. But Operation Mechagon Workshop has probably been, I don't want to say one of the easiest keys this season, but probably the dungeon that I have the highest success rate in. I feel like 95% of the time when I go into an Operation Mechagon, it's going to get timed and end well. I could probably count on one hand how many times where it's just been a horrible time. And that might even be from the first part of the series when I struggled the most, just because I literally had no idea how to heal, let alone play a Holy Paladin. And then I also love hearing all of King Mechagon's voice lines. He's probably one of the most renowned haters of Azeroth.
Did you know? You can't elude his targeting system, because Sitem target eluding can't target elude system, can't.
Bro talks some mad shit. But, yeah, it was a good time. We ended the last episode with a bunch of wins, and we kind of start off with a pretty good win here. And that's great because we're about to have some keys that are not so. One of the next two keys is probably the worst key I experienced in this entire run. But we wrap up King Mechagon, and I get myself my Operation Mechagon 10 knocked out. Get 69 score plus 2 the key, end up with 2,429 score after 21 runs. So here at the beginning of Motherlode 11, we missed the Toxic Blade interrupt. Everyone's getting stacks. We're getting destroyed here. Also, the Ice Spritzer needs to be interrupted, or its final tick of damage will do a 6-second stun, which I suffer here. And now you can watch me suffer trying to do the skip in this dungeon. Trying so hard and failing so hard. This goes on forever.
Hi, how are you?
And after all that, I just completely ruined. What was the point of doing the skip if I'm just gonna walk right past the Peacekeeper like a dipshit?
I don't want to hear another word. You're a disgrace to the game, Yugi.
And yeah, so here I am again.
I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Oh, come on. That's nonsense, Charlie.
But yeah, I actually managed to do it the second time without help. The Toxic Blades just went off again. He was casting in the fucking tear gas. But yeah, this dungeon has not been off to a great start. Everyone's getting these poison stacks. More tear gas is going out. Everybody's low. I'm struggling. I'm not close to the boss, so I can't get that extra holy power. It'd be so nice. But yeah. But surprisingly enough, the boss fight goes fine, but the mage has the bravery to realize this has just not been a good key from the start and leaves. And I can't be mad about it. And this is the one. This is the worst dungeon experience I've had this entire challenge. So our Demon Hunter is having like the mother of all pools here. So, once people start doing damage and the tank's still running and grabbing more things, aggro gets a little bit muddy. Some people start taking damage. Of course, I've got to jump in there, do some damage myself just to get heals out. But it doesn't end up being quite enough to save our warrior friend here. I am using a little bit of my cooldowns here. I could have bubbled. I could have used Bop. I did do Sack and Lay on Hands, but there's so much going on healing at any given moment that it's like all this utility is really hard to use effectively when things happen so quickly. So I wouldn't say that I have mastery, I guess, of the class. I am trying. As you can see, I did use my bubble at some point, and I am using, probably one thing I use the least that I should use more is Bop. And maybe Blessing of Freedom too. I usually end up using that selfishly for myself though. And not only that, but also I can spend a little bit more time in melee. I end up being a little bit too far off as I'm trying to heal sometimes, worrying about pulling aggro early. I should probably be coming into the fights a little bit quicker. Oh, and then here, everyone's leaving except for the tank who was pulled, and I'm just like back and forth, can't make up my damn mind. I should have just stayed with the tank, but I was like, but the DPS are leaving. I come back, panic, and get killed by purificate. I get purified to death because I'm very dirty. And then everybody dies. Great. Somehow we missed chainmail also. Like, I didn't know that was a thing that could just happen, but we do end up killing him. Coming here, I'm not sure what kills the tank here. He just falls over and dies. And then we're all struggling, and we start the Braunpyke fight. Things are going well in the first half. We had the Hunter, the DK, the Warrior all grabbed the Sacrificial Pyre before Castigator's shield goes off, which is tough to deal with. It's a lot of damage, plus, you're getting slowed and having to run out of an area. So that sucks. Warrior goes down. I'm struggling, of course. We're having another round here. Everybody's grabbing their shit early again. Fucking great. Like, just wait a minute. It'll make it easier. I probably need to come into melee here, but I'm panicking and trying to save people. It's tough shit. Castigator shield goes off. I run into a hammer. This happened last episode too. Why do I do this?
Sometimes when I wipe, I'll wipe and I'll wipe and I'll wipe and I'll wipe 100 times. Still poop.
So the DK has a great idea while we're waiting for the tank to die. He's going to use anti-magic shell and grab all of them. I, at this point in the dungeon, did not know enough about DK to know that anti-magic shell is just kind of a normal. It's not going to be like an immunity, So I was not prepared. I should have bopped him or something, or done something for him. I was going to try to, as I saw him starting to get real low there, but so he goes down, then the Hunter goes down. I think he didn't make it out of the circle in time. He got just at the edge and died, but it does get pulled out here. Hunter gets purified. I can't save him in time. And then I get purified, and I just I'm feeling other people, and I'm like, my health bar needed it. And then Sir Braunpyke, we are fighting him alone, which is great. As you can see, the tank is edging closer to that pool, and I'm struggling to deal with the affix, and it really fucks me over here. The affix and Braunpyke's damage, his constant damage going out was just, it was tough to deal with. And then here, this is horrible. He pulls Braunpyke into this group before they're finished, and that priest in the back gets off a greater heal on Braunpyke. tank dies. And it's like, we were so close to having Braunpyke.
This is the maddest I've ever been!
That was horrible. Man, I hate even like rewatching this dungeon. It was hell. Hunter gets blinded here. The warrior who had the purifying like ray on him walks right through the blinded hunter's path, ensuring that he will die from this, as he just like wanders around blindly in the consecration. And that was tough in the first place because the affix went out at the same time as her holy flame, I want to say. Oh man, this shit was fucking hard. But we kept on going. We've got a battle res. I'm scared to even spend any time using it. Pretty sure the DK sends out that battle res. We go up to the top here. All the ads get sucked right onto the boss, and the DK standing there, of course, so he gets melted because they don't have any aggro mechanic. They just kill everything. And then my buttons stop working, and my teammates stop moving, and I'm like, hold up, no, God, no. I'm trying to use the chat, but obviously I am in the process of DCing here. We were already 12 minutes over time. I have DC'd at the end of this final boss fight, and I am like on the verge of losing it here. Shit me, dude. Let me connect. And I finally am able to get back in, and it's too late. Oh, fuck. God damn it. He says rip. And yeah, I was done doing keys after that for that week. So I started getting my Titan disc belt up. Insult to injury, none of my mythic stuff in the vault was good. Simmed it, and I ended up having to take a hero piece. I was just like, I'm gonna chill till next week, get my belt up as much as I can, craft some gear. But yeah, awful. So we get into Motherlode 10, and we ain't doing no fucking skips in here. The tank makes it clear this is a press W key. Mage stood there in the Mage just stood there in the tear gas and got melted. Warrior did not make it out in time. For some reason, he had him back there in the corner where all those multiple stacks of tear gas got on them. So everyone dies except for me. The Peacekeeper, he only has like 30%. So I run him back, and I'm like, hopefully this is a good choice keeping this pool alive so that we can save a little bit of time from the deaths. I think it does end up being the right play because we managed to take him down. And yeah, good stuff. Everything goes fine after that. Till right here, the brainstorm. Locke does not move. He's just in casting mode. He gets killed there. Everything's going fine though besides that. And then the Locke dies again? I don't know what happened. Maybe he walked through the minefield? I don't know how he died. We get to the final boss. Hunter dies to the missiles off screen over there. And then the Warlock does not move, dots up the party here at the end. Just to keep things a little bit exciting, I guess. Doesn't matter. We finished the boss. 8.5 minutes to go. 62 score. I'm at 24.91. And that's Motherlode 10. Plus 2 that key too. Very good. Now, I have 3 choices. Rookery, Priory, and Theater of Pain. And of course, I'm going to take the easiest option.
You're just a bitch. Correct. You're honest, you really are a bitch.
Mainly because of how that Priory went last time I did it. So I do a Rookery 10 here, and I'm like, I'm going to finish this challenge. I only need 9 points. Here we go. And we're here in the Hall of Death, Doom, and Destruction. This is the last time you'll get to hear me bitch about this hallway since Season 3 is about to start. So the DK got targeted with the Arcing Void while the Attracting Shadows was going on and got killed. I'm struggling with my own health bar right here. Even though the mage needed some heals, I had to make sure that I stayed alive, unfortunately. So the mage goes down as well. And then, just like you always see in this hallway, there's so much fucking shit going on. My screen is a giant explosion of colors and spells. There's so much like area of denial, and you're in a like this hallway where there's already no area to be denied in the first place. So yeah, this hallway sucks. And I attribute this hallway to those 2 deaths. But we make it to Gorin. There's usually a little bit of fuckery with him because of the hot potato mechanic. So the DK takes a pillar to the face. I do send a B-res when I get a second. He luckily takes it after the next pillar. At the end there, the warrior did get 2 stacks of the chaotic corruption. But it doesn't matter because he's just going to charge through a void circle, and die here like a champ. Everything else goes fine. We get up to the final boss, and we kind of have the moment of truth here. Or at least what I think is going to be the moment of truth, because as is tradition, we do not have our forces completed when we start this fight. But I don't mind healing this fight, really. Even with the range thing doesn't really make too big of a difference because his hitbox is enormous. So all I really have to worry about is dispelling to place those pools of shit, and then just I have to pop the little icicle whenever I get that circle around me. So it's not a big deal. So yeah, we just wrap up this final bit of damage here. Don't have our forces, so we gotta run over here and kill a couple ads. So we finish it off. We get a for real GG instead of a oh shit, there's forces GG. And I've got 25-30, and that's the challenge, everybody. So we've got 5 10s, and 11 and 2 7s. We got Keystone Hero in 24 runs, and I've got to say I'm pretty happy that I got the challenge done. First time healing. Sometimes it felt kind of easy, actually, and other times it felt incredibly difficult. Going into this, I was definitely scared and anxious of how it was going to go, having no healing experience, having no Holy Paladin experience. But, you know, I did play a lot on Protection Paladin before this, so I had like a basic grasp of some of Paladin's moves. The Spec did not play the way that I thought it was going to play. I knew it was a melee healer, but I didn't expect it to feel so damage oriented. I'm basically slamming a DPS rotation just to constantly be building up holy power that I can spend. I wouldn't really recommend this for somebody who's new to healing, because the melee healing was kind of awkward at a lot of different points, because there's so much movement and dodging and things like that in the game that melee is just really at a disadvantage. Even as a DPS, it's tough to be melee, let alone healing melee. I would say the hardest thing about healing has been having to still do all the same mechanics that you normally would as a DPS, but also being completely worried about what everyone else is doing, and everyone else's health bar is like a whole other thing that you can kind of get tunnel vision, like when you're focused on getting some heals out, and then you may be lacking in some of the mechanics areas of the game. Compared to my Arms Warrior 0 to Hero, though, I will say one amazing benefit to healing is that I just got into groups so much quicker. I could start my own group and have it filled up just as fast as I could apply to someone else's and get accepted. But now that we have Arms Warrior and Holy Paladin done, I'm done with the Holy Wings, and it's time for some icy cold steel. And you guys chose Frosty K for me. And I'm actually pretty excited for this because I will be starting this next challenge in Season 3, which is about to be starting here soon. And according to the PTR, Frosty K is looking like some S-tier stuff. So this may be the first time, hopefully not the last, that I will be playing a meta spec for my 0 to Hero challenge. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. No more saving lives, I'm taking lives now. Frosty K, let's go, baby. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this. I'm really having a lot of fun putting together these series. I feel like I'm really starting to hit my stride with my editing style and how I'm going about it. So let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know what you want to see after the Frosty Cake, because we do have some time before that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I might spin the wheel of specs again, or we might try something a little bit different, maybe something a little bit sillier. If you guys got any fun ideas, let me know. But thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.